Yeah, Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone for the teachings, among other things, and Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, came across another um, website again, speaking about that ancient Egypt stuff and them giants that was in that land because how you the elder the elder always speaks about the Watusi, the Zulu, and all those tribes, especially the Watusi tribes, which the average height of those men, I mean the not the average, the among the smaller ones, like you could say average heights. I put up a video about that, by the way. The average height of them is like 7 feet, right? And it's all, and this is the video also to disprove this evolution nonsense, right? That Esau is pushing, that took place, and it took place over a period of a couple of million years. Okay, now you have this picture which he pushes. First was a monkey, then started to walk upright, and then caveman. Yes, he was in a caveman state. That was around 300 AD or something, 325 AD, and this is how he looks now, and this is how he used to look. Well, this also a little bit, but after this is there's no link. There's no link. There's no link. He may he has have looked like this one, number three. From here on, there's number one, there's number two, this is number three. He did look like this. He did look like number four too, and now he looks like number five. So he's basically a mutant. Plus his DNA mutated because that leopard skin is a mutation of the skin. So yeah, here there you go. You want to be a cave dinger? How you call it again? You want to be a monkey? Just you call you a mutt, a mutant mutt. Anyway, a mutt mutant, a mud the mud people, because they like to roll in mud. It's good for their skin. Anyway, now what was I wanted to show you something because this is a site, right? Which is this is about the Egyptology thing, by the way. Now, now this is what I found on this site, right? Now check this out. It shows you because the elders always talking about that the ancient Egyptians are really really tall people, and by the way, we gonna see. I'm gonna show you that there were giants actually, some of them. Now here you see a 5 to 6 meter tall giant king in ancient Egypt. Now you can see the dog, right? You can see the dog over here. You can see the little people over here. Now why is this guy so big? I'm gonna show you, right? And here you can see it again, right? You see a big man and a little guy over here. That's not a baby. That's actually a giant. Over here you can see the same. You see some big ass females, and then you see a man over here with his hair, and then you see a female over here. Two here, and then two here on the ground, and then one here. Her face is cut off though, but you can see one, two, three, four, five, six giant females. Egyptians, by the way. Here you can see it again. You can see a bunch of little people on the boat, and then you see a big giant over here. Giant guy puts his hand on the boat, right? Then you have okay. Then you have ancient Egyptians were giant people. Yeah, you have giants among the ancient Egyptians. Yes, you did. I'm gonna go show on and prove it. The reason why I'm making this video is to show you that these Shaka people, these Shaka Amos, these Egyptology Negroes, they don't know nothing about this. How come they never talk about this? Right? How come they never talk about this? You see giant people with small people on the same boat. You see a real small dude over here, and that's not a baby. And I'm gonna show you more pictures. It's gonna show you that it's not a baby. That there's it's not talking about just dwarfs or something, dwarfism. Because as the elder always teaches since back in the days, that the Watusi tribe is really tall, or really really tall people. The smallest among them is 7 feet. That's about 2 meters or something. and their women are like 1 meter and 80, 1 meter and 80 centimeter. Yeah, something like that. Now, as you can see really two really tall females, and then you have a little one over here, right? And you got a guy sitting over here because you can see his leg. He's sitting, so he's as big as they are. Here you can see it again. I'm gonna just show you some quick pictures because here you can see a real tall pharaoh guy ready to chop their heads off. Most likely the Israelites grabbed them by the hair, about to whip them or something. Now you have this over here. You can see a little person over here, and you can see some real big people, right? And this is, by the way, a human. This is comparison that they make. So this is the guy, his head, right? And this is the guy, his head. So you got some real big ass people. And it's believable because the scripture says that we were as grasshoppers in their eyes. Because these guys must have been real big. And I'm going to show you some more pictures. You see little people on the boat, and all of a sudden you see a real big giant. Right? Now here you have it too. You see here are the heads of these people. And here you see just normal people down here. Just normal female. And here you see a big giant. Here you see somebody massaging somebody else's foot or something, whatever. Yeah. And here you see people kneeling down and getting served while the other people just standing upright, right? And the boat. I made a mistake by copying so many. I double copied a lot, but anyway, here you have another couple of giant hieroglyphs, and you might think, oh, didn't have they didn't have space to place them, but this one speaks out a little bit really hard. This one, where the guy is massaging his foot or his feet or the thing here, yeah, you know. So that one speaks out a little bit, but then you have others like these ones, really tall, and by the way, these dark females, they had long hair back in those days. Even the Hamite females had long hair in those days. Now you can see the size proportion. This is not worked. This is actually how big the places were in Egypt. Because a lot of you so-called Egyptology Negroes, you never been there. This place is big, man. Only a giant could build stuff like this. Not all the stuff, but I'll show you. You can see the big stones, the big stones compared to the Edomite guy. Here you can see it again. You can check the size on that guy. And here, this is a tomb, right? And there was actually somebody laying in this tomb. Now you can just wrap your mind on the fact that this guy cannot lift up this thing. Now who is in there? Right? Who is in there? Now here you can see that you got a real big giant guy lifting up stone. But I'm gonna get a better picture of this one though soon. I think it's going on. This is Edomite. They draw this because all of a sudden he's light skinned, but on the real hieroglyph, he's just dark skinned, right? Now this is how they brought the real big boulders and stuff like that. But it's gonna show you. It's about a 6 meter tall guy was able to lift 4 or 5 tons of blocks. 5 tons of blocks. That's my assumption. The guy that made this video, that's his. That took these pictures That's his assumption. Going on. Now here it seems as 7 Egyptian guys are lifting up what it seems to be an obelisk. But you have guys on top of that, standing on top of that. But anyway. That's not how it went. But the Israelites did build it in slavery, because it says it in the book of Exodus chapter 2. Or was it chapter 1? Where it says they built treasure cities unto Pharaoh. Let me double check it real quick. Yes, it was Exodus chapter 1 verse 11. They built treasure cities. So yes, they did build treasure cities in slavery, but they probably had a little bit of help. Anyway, I'm gonna show you why I said that, because they were actually giants. Here you have another one. You know, everybody is the same length, but all of you could have said these are little boys, right? But check, it's gonna be better evidence. Now this is a bone that was found in ancient Egypt, a bone, right? Look at the bone here, and then they put the Edomite guy, probably 6 feet something or something, and they put him on the side of on the left side of the bone, right? And this is how it looks. Actually, it's the right side, but you know, I mean, this is the left for me now, for you too. So yeah, this is him compared to the bone that was found in Egypt, because they dig everything up. Esau, because even the elders made a video saying there is no secret that they can hide from thee. Note that thou art wiser than Daniel. You can't hide nothing from Esau. He knows it. And this is what a human being would look like compared to a giant. This is the same picture with the guy with the foot, this guy, but it's not the same guy, but it's the same picture. And then another guy, a little bit dark skinned, probably an Arab, stands on the side of it too, just to show you that these giants were like 15 feet, 4 meters in height, 4 meters point 5 in height. All right, going on. And here you can see a little bit better. There's a guy over here. And then you have what it seems to be little humans making giant necklaces for giants. So he's making a necklace right here. I don't know if you could see it, but they're actually making a necklace. And that's it. And here again you see the necklace, and that same necklace is on this guy's neck, right? Now these are things that are found in Egypt. I don't know how this guy took the pictures, but he's an Arab, because I saw his website, by the way. He's an Arab calling himself an Egyptian, but anyway, going on. Now you can see the same necklace right here, and here you see it. You see it here. You can see it here. If you could look good, you see the same necklace around here, and you see it here again in color this time, right? And he got that shaved beard, by the way. His female clinging on to him because she loved that power. By the way, he's a giant. Now, this is a thigh bone replica from a giant skeleton found in Egypt. How come they never talk about giant skeletons being found in Egypt? They never talk about it. This is a thigh bone, by the way, which means this guy would have been like 15 feet, maybe 12 feet, whatever. Going on. This is a 38 centimeter mummified giant finger. Now, this guy does a comparisons with the giant finger, and then you can actually how you call it, make the how you call it again, comparisons for yourself with the $20. I don't know what type of money this is, Greek money or something, or Egyptian money. Now these are the bones. This is not photoshopped. You can clearly see this is not photoshopped. These are them giant bones that they found in Egypt. As you can see, you see them Arabs just digging. But who they digging for? They're digging for Esau. How come Shaka Amos never talks about stuff like this? Because he doesn't know. Because Esau is not putting everything out there. Especially not in them books. They're not putting these things in them books. And by the way, these are finger marks from a giant in stone. These are potteries. I don't know what they use it for, but it explained it on the website, but I forgot it. Now these are the chains again. The thing that I showed you just a couple of seconds ago. The necklace, I mean the necklace, not the chains. The necklace around the neck. So they make it, and look how big it looks compared to them. So these are not babies, these are not young guys. These are grown adult men making necklaces for giants. And then you have here, you know, giant polecat. This is a block. This is how you call it. Well, it says it right here, giant pull blocks. But I got some more evidence. And this also shows you that the Bible is real. You know? And it was not millions of years ago that them giants were there. Yeah. This is that pot that I just showed you, and I forgot what it was for. It says large basin from Abu Sir. Well, this is Arab, but anyway. Construction work. Giant Egyptian builder with large basin. This is not something. Well, I'm gonna just go on. Yeah, this is that thing, by the way. That this where is it? This is that necklace around the neck of a giant. So, and this is a coffin that they found, right? Now this coffin is inner coffin by length, 3 meter and 3.13 meter, the inner side. The outer coffin was 3.25 meter, as reported of Herbert E. Winlock told. The queen of this large coffin was about 3 meters tall, 100%. Meters. Let me try to convert meters into feet. Feet. Like 9 foot. Like a 9 foot female. That was like a 9 foot female, right? Going on. How come Shaka never talking? Because he doesn't know. They don't know. I don't think they know, though. This was another coffin, large coffin of a queen who probably was 3 meters tall also. I mean, 3 meter 80 was the coffin under the name Amos no Titi. Amos no Titi, right? And I'm going to Google that word. Amos. Like Shaka Amos. Amos Nefer. Hey, you got it. I got it. Amos Nefertiti, right? How tall was she? Amos Nefertiti, right? Height. Well, no, that's not it. That's 11 centimeters. That's not even. Let me see. An inch is 2.5 centimeters, so that's not her height. Well, this is the picture, I think. Wait. just go on. Don't want to make it too long because it's already 20 minutes. So it says she was actually like 3.80 meters or something, right? That's like I forgot how many feet. How many feet was it? Um, 9 foot, 9 feet, almost 10 feet, 9.8 feet. Okay, here you have they're lifting a giant human coffin. You got 4 men lifting a coffin of a pharaoh. And here you have the same, but upside down. And here you have a couple more. Now check this out. You see a deer, right? A deer. You see a deer right here. And now you see a man with a deer, and the deer is real small to compared to him. I mean, normal size compared to him. But here you see a deer and a real small deer over here and a real big guy over here. So that makes you think what's going on. It's the same picture, by the way. Now this is the comparison from a human with a deer, right? And then you see the one here, the little one. That's about the that's about the comparisons, yeah. But then you have this guy over here with a real small deer, and that's not a baby deer because, as you can see here, it has a horn. The black thing that you can see here is the horn, and babies don't have big horns like that, right? Females, by the way, don't also. It's a male that has them. You can clearly see that this has a horn, as you can see it here too, right? Going on. Yeah, here's the actual footage of it, the actual thing of it. Oh, this is the actual thing too, but it's different lighting. So it's like everything here is real. It's not cartoon. Yeah. So you have it here too. This is another comparison. Esau is a devil, by the way, shooting animals just for fun. And here you have it again. Now, I'm gonna show you something. He has tied this little goat around the neck, right? Now check this out. And here you have it too in the small, with smaller people, right? Here you have it again. Just to prove to you that they didn't make mistakes by making themselves real big, and then the animals, which is actually the same height, almost the same height as a 6 feet human, not that big, maybe 5 feet, and now they're tall, and now they're small compared to them. Those animals are small compared to those people, right? And of course, you can see here you had some really tall females. And this is a comparison from a cow from now to, and here you can see it again here on this side, to here. Because as you can see the black horns. And here you can see them horns also in the black. And these females are tall as hell. They must have been like 15 feet or something. Or what was it? Yeah. 15 feet going on. Now check this out. You have how you call that thing again? Not a llama, but that animal. You know, not a cow. This is a cow. Down here is a cow, right? But you have two deer. I wanted to say antelopes. You have two antelopes or deer in his hand, on his elbow, just resting and chilling. And you have two cows in his hand, on a rope, of course, but he's holding them. They look like two little dogs. And those two antelopes are in his hand, wrapped around his elbow. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to be real big to lift up an antelope. Two of them, by the way, two deer, two deer. So going on. Here you have a full-grown cow with horns and stuff like that. And here you have the same, but with regular sized humans, right? And remember the scripture where it says they was as grasshoppers in the book of Joshua, I think. The inhabitants, we were as wait a minute. We were as grasshoppers in their sight. That's the book of Joshua, if I'm correct. Right? Hey, what the hell? Why is it stuck? Oh, the book of Numbers. Okay. No, not that one. We wasn't grasshoppers in our own sight, in our own eyes. Hmm? Yes, it was. I think it was Numbers. Numbers chapter 13 and 33. And there we saw giants, the son of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so um, we were in their sight. So they was as grasshopper. Now, if you look at somebody that's this big, and a cow is that small for him, so what are you gonna look like? You're gonna look like a grasshopper to this guy, because he's gonna be really big and you're gonna be really small. Even cows are small to these guys. These cows don't even come above their kneecaps. But there was another scripture where it says, Joshua told them to go spy out the land, and they came back and gave an evil report. And they said, wait a minute, I think it was Moses. Yep, this is what it was. Numbers chapter 14 and 36. Yep, that's what it was, if I'm correct, because they was real big. Huh? Maybe I'm confusing myself, but I'm not gonna dwell too much on it because I know I actually know where it is. I actually know if I go open up my book because I marked it. But so lucky about that. I'm gonna just speed it up because it's taking too long. So lucky about that. But they said they saw the land, and the land was full of giants, and it had massive fruit, and that's what the giants was eating, the massive big fruit. And yeah, so yep. Now they also had giant ducks, because you can see the size of a cow right down here, and then you can see the size of a duck in his hand, and the size of the duck is bigger than the cow. And here you can see a small guy, a regular human being, a regular person, with some giant ducks, with some big giant ducks. And not only giant ducks was in Egypt, you know what I'm saying? You had giant people of like 6 to 7 meters. I mean 5 to 6 meters. I don't know how much that is in mm, let me see, 6 meters. Like 19 foot or something. Oh, that's some big people, man. So 19 feet or foot or whatever. Yeah, so going on. Now this is where I get that from, because you have people that was as big as ducks. And you have the big duck in his hand over here, and then you have the little cow over here, but it's actually a big cow. And as you can see, these are normal portion size people. But a cow that's real big, got the big horns. But then at the same time, they draw a big really big duck. Real funny, right? Now you might think it's a misunderstanding. I mean, a mistake, you know. But then again, you have them big dogs. You got real big dogs, right? But here on the right side, you have a normal sized person with two big dogs. Mean to tell me they made a mistake? This goes to show that the scriptures is real because the scripture speaks about giants, right? And they probably had them giants living amongst them, right? Remember these big dogs going on. Yeah, the deer in his hand. Then this is something that you don't actually see when the Black Egyptology guys are talking about it. When they're talking about stuff like this, you know, they never speak about stuff like this. This is how they used to carry the stones. So I think that was it. I think that was it. Think if I got any more. Anyway, you can see a little small female over here, and then you have a real big female, and a real big male, and a real big duck, and then you have a small guy over here. Already saw that one. That one. Some of these things I copied multiple times by accident. As you can see a real big guy over here on the boat. So yeah, that's it. I think. Yeah, that's it. So how come these Egyptology Negroes never talk about this? This shows you that the elder was right when he says that the ancient Egyptians were very, 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 very tall people. They had a large statue, and those are the people that are the Watusis right now. The Watusi tribe are real tall people. You can check them out, but you won't really find them on Google because I've been searching for them for the longest, and I just can't find no pictures of them. It's like Esau just does not push them out there because think about it. What is the most scariest thing to a so-called white person? A really tall looking so-called dark-skinned man. Because they think we're all African. But anyway, they're gonna be scared. It's gonna open up a whole new world for you to think that people of that stature are actually still living today. The smallest of them are 7 feet in of the Watusi tribe right here, right now in 2014. You could go check it out. You might find a couple of videos on YouTube. I did, but it wasn't really showing off the stature compared to a so-called regular person from the Western or from Europe. You know, they don't show you side by side. They just show you they're 7 feet, but they don't show you that when a normal person stands on the side of them, just for comparison's sake. So all you short Negroes, you're not Egyptian. You're not pharaohs. You never been pharaohs. You was most likely you was them slaves attending to them giant pharaohs, man. Probably worshiping them at the same time. Probably trying to get that big tall girl from like how long? Oh, 9 feet females or something. Trying to get them to bend over for you. You probably your whole head couldn't fit in, man, and it still wouldn't hurt them. Most likely. Well, I don't know about that, but anyway. So with that, I'm gonna say all praise go to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the elders, apostles, a great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, and shalom to the sincere Akim. And I would like to see somebody do some videos on stuff like this, like the giants of Egypt, depicted on the hieroglyphs. How come these ancient Egypt Negroes ain't talking about it? It's because they don't know. Esau is hiding so many things from us, and it's just a spirit that dropped on me because the elder said something about these Egyptians were real tall. So I just searched on it, man. I just Googled it, and I came on this site. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.